It's episode 3. I'm Colin Bush, and this is Locallistening podcast. Hope you guys really got something out of those first 2 episodes. Combined, I think they're pretty powerful to know these 2 people are out on the street living together and fighting for their lives at God's mercy every day, whether it's on the street or in the woods. Today's episode's a little different. We are, I guess, technically going a step above homelessness. My guest today is Pamma Brotherton, a nice lady I met at the Wesley Tower behind City Hall. I got to sit down with anyway. Pamma's great. Pamma's full of light, love, and talent, and she wants to share it with the world. Pamma has a huge message for you guys. Huge message for you guys. Can't wait for you guys to hear it. Let me know what you think. If you would like to help or have any ideas to help these people up and lift them into their own inspiration and creation, that's one of the main goals here, is to take everyone with me. I'm not doing this just to collect stories and gain the knowledge, but friends along the way is the most rich thing I've gained so far in the last week. I feel like I can see these people anywhere on the street and wave and say hi, and they're pretty, I don't know, nicer than most people. But I think I only think that because I haven't talked to everybody, but we're going to get to that. So if you have anything you want to say, go ahead and hit the email. I'll be waiting patiently. Can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait for you to hear these voices. Stay tuned and enjoy.
He went west.
For the Marine you married.
Yes.
And he went west for the Marines.
For the Marines, yes.
And how many years was that, like, adventure you guys both
We were at
did
18.
separately?
We did our own separate adventures, our own lives. He had a marriage and relationships, obviously. I had 2 marriages and relationships and children. We have children separately from one another. And then 2 years ago, we finally got together. So that truly was 2024, late 23, 2024, that we knew one another was there in town.
And then he said
And we
you
got
guys...
married on 4th of July last year.
Wow. Yeah, so you've been married a year.
1 year,
A little
yes.
bit over a year.
1 year, yes.
He said that you guys happen to just text each other or something? Or?
I saw a Facebook post. He put a picture on Facebook. I like morel mushrooms.
Oh,
I'm a girl from Missouri, so I like morel mushrooms.
Yes.
So he put a picture on Facebook, and we've been constant friends since high school, on Facebook. So as soon as I saw the picture, I was like, Rick Brotherton, are you really in St. Joe? And he said, well, yeah. And I said, where are you? And he said, 10th and Mitchell. And I said, really? Do you know where I'm at? And he said no. And I said, I'm at Wesley Towers. I'm at 10th and Francis. I said, that's 13 blocks apart.
You could walk up and meet
And he
each other.
did. 20 minutes later, he was at my house.
He showed up.
He did.
Wow.
And I hadn't seen him since graduation day.
Shout out to Rick, walking
Yeah, right. 13 blocks in his flip-flops.
Has he ever told you that, like, he knew that it was meant to be, like that was a sign or something, or
He
he felt something from
didn't
it?
tell me until he came to the house that day, and he sat down and he told me the story. He said, I told my mom at 10 that I was going to marry you. And what we both had forgotten, but we did pretend to get married on the playground. He was my best friend, so we got married on the playground.
Right.
So we had all of our friends and 2 buddies that were the officiants and everything, and we remember the whole thing, and we got married on the playground when we were 10 in 4th grade. So I guess he stuck to his goals.
I guess so. What if you were just married the whole time?
Well, and that's what we say right now. What if we were just married the whole time? I don't think it would be as interesting, because he has so many stories to tell me, and I have so many stories to tell him of opposite lives that we've lived, that we've got so many things exciting to talk about, and we catch up all the time, and we repeat stories all the time because they're funny. But most of the time it's catching up and telling each other what we did for the last 30 years we were apart.
That's amazing, really. That's
It doesn't feel like we've been apart a day, though.
You got introduced to each other, kind of like, I guess, in a long-term spiritual way. You got introduced to each other at a
It really
very
is.
young age, and then
It really is.
life made you go separate
It
ways
really,
to
it did,
bring
because
something back.
I'm a God-fearing person, and I know that there's a path for everybody, period. And I don't care whether you like it or not, path is your path. And once you realize that God is in that path, then you stop complaining about what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really bad history that I don't talk about, that talks about physical and physical abuse from my family. So I don't talk about that to everybody, but I do write songs about it.
So I was going to ask, is that where your inspiration and your...
Yeah, I write songs about it. So I can sing about it, but I usually can't talk about it. Like, I wrote a song called My Story, and it talks about what happened in my life, that my family thinks that I lied.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay with that, because again, God has a plan.
Yes, he does.
There's a bigger plan.
Absolutely.
And those family members have long since passed away, and I'm still alive to live my story.
Yeah.
And I've got family. I've got so much family.
I've sensed that. I actually got to meet a lot of your...
Yeah, that's
your
my
pals
extended
here.
family. Yeah, I've got so many of them, and we are really good together.
That's what they were saying is...
Yeah.
And it's very obvious. You guys are a tight-knit group over
Really,
here.
we really are.
And I hope to, like, express that and
Yep.
talk to everybody else here
Yep.
if I can.
Yep.
And just show that connection that it's here, it's real.
Yep.
These people aren't just that... I guess the people that are going to see this, the people that are driving by and they see this, it's... People aren't just sitting here thinking nothing. They're not just bots or people called NPCs.
Right, NPCs,
They're
yeah.
just... people are in different places.
Right.
And that's their path and you're on yours.
Right.
It's like... That's been a very strong theme lately. And I think I'm, for some reason, getting a close-up, whether I'm putting myself in there, like coming out here and talking to people.
And maybe that's what your now purpose is.
I believe that.
Maybe you've just now been dropped into your purpose like I was dropped into mine. I was studying theology to be a preacher.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that.
I have a message that I want to get out there because I was homeless, because I was abused. I felt like I needed to have some kind of title behind me in order to tell a story. So because of my deep-seated love of being with God and being with all things creation, I wanted to study theology. So I did it for a semester and I loved it. I studied the Old Testament, and I truly was going to be a preacher. I was going to, preacher after my name and write a book, and it was going to do something because people were going to listen to me. Because I just didn't feel like my story was going to get out there for people to listen to unless I had a title behind my name. And that's sad.
Yeah, official title that
An
you
official
had
that
to go
people would
through.
respect.
Okay.
And that's unfortunate.
I think that's why we're here, is I think things are changing, and now we have the opportunity
I hope so.
to put this
I hope
everywhere, potentially.
I hope so.
And they'll hear it.
I hope so. Because there are so many things that people have to say, but I can't be... everybody's a somebody.
Exactly, and I feel you getting emotional, and I match that.
No,
Maybe
that's
not right now.
just a new song. Everybody's a somebody.
That's your new song.
Yeah.
You're getting emotional because I feel like I recognize it from myself and I think you have it stronger than I do, and I'm pretty new to it, but
Yeah.
when you see just every individual person, there's something deeper that...
Like, I know her in the red shirt. Her name's Bobby Joe.
Uh-huh.
She's homeless.
Yeah.
We were in the shelter together. I love her. Nobody else does. They see her, and they see her as just disgusting and dirty. And I know her as Bobby Joe, and we hugged when she needed somebody.
Because she's a real person.
Because she's a person. But people don't see the homeless as people. They see them as a nuisance.
Mm-hmm.
They see them as in the way. Unfortunately, when you have an opportunity to be homeless, and I say opportunity, because opportunity to be homeless means that God has put you at the lowest this society believes you are.
Mm-hmm.
and homelessness, they don't believe that you can get up out of it. But I'm living proof that you can. He's living proof that you can. And so is he.
Everybody just...
You have to, there's a deep-seated desire. Some love the streets. They grew up in the streets. I wrote songs about the fact that some of them, they have kinfolk in the streets, which means that every generation after generation after generation, they see themselves in the streets. Their moms are there, their dads are there, their kids are there. I've seen a father and his daughter was homeless. She was only 20 years old and he was in his 50s and she was homeless as well. To be in the streets with her dad. Mm-hmm. Now that's love.
Yeah.
That's family.
Yeah.
The streets didn't make a difference.
Would you say the pain or maybe just emotion of thinking about that, because your perspective has been widened to maybe something that wasn't as your childhood, like you've now seen the world, you know people, you've met people, and you know everybody has a story, and that's why it hurts, is you wish everybody could love everybody.
I wish everybody could love everybody. I get a chance to see seeing the world from a perspective that people don't see, because I don't walk around with my phone in my hand. Sorry, I just don't. So, well, people need to unplug more. It's time to go back to before your phone was in your hand and look people in the eye, because they've got a story to tell. Mm-hmm. But nobody knows anybody's story because they're reading their own stories, or they're catching up on their own stuff, or they're too involved in what somebody else is doing and not minding their own business because they're on somebody else's business.
Right.
And that hurts me so much. I'm just not a child of a phone era. I'm just not. Mm-hmm. So I know that my views sometimes aren't popular when it comes to how I feel about the internet and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't think it's a good place sometimes for people.
It's definitely not. I think
there's predators out there. There's just, it's not a good place for people, and it's not a good thing sometimes.
I think it's such a useful tool, but it
can be. It can be so well used.
The thing that it is it's a mirror really of who uses it.
It really is.
And
it really
not
is.
Everybody's good that's using it,
right.
And that's why there is all of this going on.
Right.
There's evil and
It
Hollywood.
is. Hollywood, yeah. Well, but that's the thing though. Hollywood wants to hear a story like mine because, I don't know, I survived. Mm-hmm. Not everybody survives.
The underdog stories.
The underdog stories, because I came from absolutely nothing, and this is a different story. This is a different story for a different park day.
Let me ask you, is it more about the underdog story, or is it more about getting the message out there so there can be more underdog stories, so everybody can potentially be an underdog?
I want everybody's story to be able to be heard.
I think everybody has one.
Yeah, everybody has a story. Everybody has their own trials and pitfalls, and you can only handle what you can handle. I have gone through, I'm not gonna lie, therapy, years of therapy. I'm proud to say I've been in years of therapy. It's helped me be the person that I am today, and I can tell honestly that you're just not supposed to work as hard as you are for life. That's what I was told by a therapist. You're not supposed to work as hard as you are for life. Life is supposed to be becoming easier for you. You're picking up this thing and you're working too hard for life. Mm-hmm. But everybody does have a story. They have their own story, and they need to be able to tell it in their own way.
Right.
And I just happen to sing.
I can't wait for that.
Thank you.
We'll get it.
Thank you.
I'm really excited about it.
Thank you.
I want to make sure it's clear, but you said your message that you needed a title for. What is the message? I guess maybe it's changed now, but what was the message, or is the message from you?
When I had a message for people, it was truly love one another. It just goes back to the golden rule. It's so easy. If we're going to tell one another that we're going to be friends and we're going to be family and we're going to be Christians, where we're going to love one another as God loves us, then we're truly going to love one another. Mm-hmm. I wrote a song called Unite the Colors, It's because we all need to live under one flag. It doesn't matter what that flag is, whether it's the P flag or whether it's the United States of America flag. We all need to live under one flag. And if that flag is, I don't care what that flag looks like, but we all need to live under one flag. Unite the colors. One sister, one brother.
Hear that? Unite the colors.
Yes.
Sorry, I gotta just absorb a lot of this for a second. There's a lot to think about. You've given me so much.
Thanks.
Oh, hi, pup.
Hi, Pepper. Hi, Pepper.
Hi, puppy. Hi, baby.
What's up, dog?
Pepper wants to be on camera.
She does.
She's a star.
Doggy dog.
So,
I wish I didn't have this. This makes me self-conscious.
What?
The TD. I have a trimmer.
Oh, really?
It makes me self-conscious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Is that something you've had forever? Is
No.
that developed?
Developed over time when I started taking a medication for my bipolar manic disorder.
Okay.
The medicine made the tremors come on suddenly in my face. I have what's called tardive dyskinesia in my face, a neurological muscle, facial, whatever that messes with my muscles. So on my left side, it's really bad. On my right side, it's advancing. I have an appointment in September to see a neurologist to see exactly what it is.
Okay.
But I'm adopted, so I really don't know what my family history is. So that's why they're digging pretty deep.
Okay.
So that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Get some information on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But I do this all the time. It comes out in my voice, so I have a quiver in my voice.
You said it's you believe it's a medication that it definitely.
I'm not on the medication anymore. It was a medication, I believe, that created the side effects, is what I
Okay.
believe it was.
What was that called? Just
Latuda,
curiosity.
Latuda is what it was called. I started taking it about 6 years ago. Latuda was what it was called. And it was one of the side effects is tardive dyskinesia is one of the side effects of it.
How's that affected you? Is it bad? Is it?
It's pretty bad because I can't just sit with people and them not see me. My friends don't care because they see it, but exactly, I call it my Holy Spirit. My Holy Spirit's constantly going. My foot's constantly tapping. So I've always got something going in my head. They always know I'm singing a song in my head anyway, so they think.
Do you like nervous tap or when you're thinking? Because that's what I do. Like if I'm thinking
I don't
about
anymore. I don't anymore. I used to when I was younger. I used to nervous tap.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's where I got it from. I don't know.
something. Yeah.
Maybe that's where I got it from.
Uh-oh.
Yes, some junk just fell off the back of that junk truck.
Free shelf.
Yeah, you might want to stop and pick that up.
Big
Free
Kev.
shelf.
Big Kev. Oh.
Appreciate it.
Fired.
Life at the park. We love it here.
What's it like? Is there always just something kind of?
There's always something going on.
like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. There's always, not usually something that people drop their stuff out of the back of their truck, but yeah, there's always usually something going on here doing something.
Yeah. Most of the time, just hanging out with good friends, or is there other things to worry about? Maybe not so good things.
Try to go with the flow. We're at that age. We really are. We're in our 50s. We are at that age where we just don't really care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. Seriously. And I was where you are right now, in my 20s, in my late 20s, almost 30, looking for a family and that type of thing before I started a family. And life was so chaotic for me, and it was stressful, and it was really just not the right situation. And that made a whole big difference, being not the right situation in a relationship situation. I wasn't in the right situation in that sense. And now I'm in my 50s and I'm with the right person and I'm happy.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Things work out.
Yeah. There's my right person.
There he is.
There he is.
Tell me about Rick. What do we need to know about Rick?
Rick was my best friend in elementary school. Truly, we lived like 7 blocks from one another and we walked to school back and forth. And we got in trouble at school together and we had to clap erasers together at school. And he was the kid that snapped my bra.
Ooh.
And didn't
Rick.
and didn't come forward with that information until about 6 months ago when I said, "Was that you that snapped my bra?" And he said, "Yes, it was." So,
Little
yeah,
laundry.
He's a little ornery. Yeah, but I wouldn't have him any other way.
Yeah, I think he's got a pretty big crush on you.
He really does. Don't tell anybody.
Maybe we'll get him out here and hear from him. We'll
Okay.
see.
Okay.
Let's get into kind of things regarding the unhoused and the people coming out of it, the process, I guess, and maybe things that the city could be doing and isn't, or what is expected
What
from
could
them?
the city be doing? The city did what they finally needed to be doing and get a shelter. So they finally got a 24-hour shelter that stays open 365 for the homeless, which is what they needed to do. However, that still does not keep the other homeless who refuse to be housed in shelters. The tiny homes are a really good idea. The tiny homes are a really good idea.
Is that what those are, the shipping containers down there?
Yes, those are tiny homes for the homeless.
So right before I came here, I stopped, I turned around and I went back. There's some guys spraying grass on the lawn. And I asked him what they were, and he just told me they were tiny homes.
Yep.
I wasn't aware that.
Those are for the homeless.
Is that a company, or do we know?
No, that is through, if I'm not mistaken, that's through CAP, which is Capital Improvement something St. Joe, CAP St. Joe. That is a program here in St. Joe that helps underprivileged, helps with you with electric bills, helps with gas, that kind of thing. CAP helps with a lot of stuff. So they probably partnered with somebody to get those shipping containers in here. I'm not sure the full story of the shipping containers, but I do know that I did read the story on KQ2. That is for the homeless, but there's only 10 of them.
Okay.
But so that takes care of 10 problems, and you've only got a year from what the story read to get your stuff together before you get. That's not enough time.
You don't think so?
It's really not when you're truly homeless.
Okay.
Because when you're truly homeless, you've got to get all of your paperwork together. So you've got to get your ID, you've got to get your birth certificate, you've got to get your driver's license, you've got to get the will to get back on the street. And living in a tiny shipping container is not the will to get back on the street. It's like living in a great big tent.
Okay. So where is that, just a starting place, you think?
It is a starting place to get them out of their tents off of the river, which is unfortunately where most of them are.
That's true.
And you have to be homeless for 2 years to get the shipping containers. Wow. Improve it. Yeah, you have to prove your homelessness around here and not just be. And that makes total sense. I mean, you have to prove your homelessness around here. But in order to prove your homelessness, you have to be truly living in squalor. And I, fortunately, at the time, did not have to go through those conditions. And I thank God every day that I did not have to go through these conditions that these homeless are going through today. I had a shelter. I had meals. I had food. I had clothing. I had the basic necessities. God provided when I was homeless. He did it the right way when I was homeless. And these poor kids, I pray for them every day because they're walking the streets.
Me too. I actually had the pleasure. I call them friends. They're a couple I met at Patey Park.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
There'll be an episode as well.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Wouldn't happen to be Liz Burns, would it? And her husband?
Sure
Good.
was.
Good for you. I'm
It
glad
sure
you
was.
interviewed them. I'm glad you interviewed them. We were homeless together. Liz and I were.
Really? So you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Liz and I, 7 years ago, we were both at the shelter. She didn't have a husband at the time. But yeah, she and I have been friends. She and I are still friends. I just gave her water the other night. We're still friends, and whenever she walks by.
I spent the day with her and Kyle.
Good for you.
We shot.
I'm glad you do.
We shot some shorter episodes, but it's just, I think with them, it's another just scratching the surface with them. I plan on talking to them more.
Is.
They have a lot going on they can talk about.
Yep.
Can I ask how you maybe knew that's who I talked to?
Because you said couple, and there aren't very many couples in the streets.
Okay.
You don't couple up in the streets.
And
women don't couple up in the streets because that's dangerous.
It's hard to find a male to trust.
Yes. Because that's how they get raped and murdered.
Kyle seems pretty trustworthy, and
he seems, yeah.
I think people will see the episode and they'll pass off that maybe he's not trustworthy, but I spent one day with him, and
again,
we talked pretty deep for strangers.
It's perception.
It is.
Its perception is one's own. And you can perceive him as not being trustworthy, or you can live in the streets with him for 24 hours and see if you're trustworthy or not.
That's what I got from him. I like just the way he talked to me. I kind of just reading him, and
She's safe.
yeah, I
She's
believe
safe.
it. If I didn't think so, I would say it. But
Right.
they're out there really toughing it together,
Right.
and
They really are, and they're really trying to make this whole marriage thing work, and that's hard too.
I think they're doing pretty good at it.
I think they are.
I think they.
I think they are. Yeah.
They're just like everybody else, but given their situation, they're pretty damn strong.
They are.
And the way they talk to each other, I took my partner out there and we talked.
Cool.
We ate with them and we talked
Cool.
and asked them their like advice for relationships, and they had a lot to say.
Right.
Mainly,
Right.
just don't let money get in the way and
Right.
take care of each other.
And it's true, because money doesn't mean that you are no longer, money doesn't get you out of the streets. It just doesn't. That's not the reason that you can get out of the streets, or that's not going to be helpful for you to get out of the streets. A job is not helpful for you to get out of the streets. You have to have the desire to get out of the streets first.
A bigger purpose.
A bigger purpose. You have to have a bigger purpose. You've got to have an epiphany or something. Seriously, you've got to have something that happened before you can want to get out of the streets. Because other than that, it will just suck you back in.
Right. So like
you gotta keep wanting to keep getting out. You gotta keep wanting to keep getting out. I wanted to get my daughter here, so I wanted to get an apartment. I wanted to get a 2-bedroom apartment so I could get my daughter here. And that didn't happen because just didn't happen.
I understand.
Yeah.
Things go on.
Yeah.
You have me so not lost, but in wonder, because there's so many things that are clicking in my mind of things I've experienced in the last few
Sure.
days doing this.
Sure.
It all seems aligned.
Sure.
The way I met Liz and Kyle was just by chance, and they even said they weren't even planning on being there, but
Right.
something told Liz
To be there.
Yeah.
Liz is psychic.
That's what she talked a little bit about it.
She gave my husband a reading and it was spot on.
What do you think that is? Where does that come from with her?
That's a gift from God. That's her call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's just that people are scared of that kind of stuff because there's a word for it, and they think it's all witchery. It's not. It's a gift from God. Everybody has a different gift from God.
Do you think there's something?
I think she has visions.
But do you think the dark side of things are trying to convince everybody that it's dark?
I think that the dark side is more prevalent than people know, and it basically has kind of smudged what people think about the good side of everything. So because there is such evil in the world, because there is such nasty in the world, and everything that we talk about in music and in movies and on TV and everything that we see, there's just so much evil in all of it. And I'm sorry, but I didn't see it until I was a parent. And you don't see it, unfortunately, until you are much older and wiser. And that's why when you look at a generation like I am now, when I was someone in my 30s, early 30s, just now having a family, I didn't see anything wrong with the music on the radio, with the TV shows on the TV, with any of that, until I had somebody that I had to take care of.
And then you
then
start to process they're processing that.
Right. And then I was like, ooh, I think I like you listening to that, or watching that, or doing that, or that, and that, and that.
Being influenced
by that. And unfortunately, that's, for me, that's where the whole internet is, because now we can't stop it.
You're right.
Now there's so much of it. YouTube and the internet have put everyone out there. Everyone can put something out there for everyone to see. And you have to be careful.
And the culture of it isn't stuff like this always.
It's
I mean,
not.
this is out there,
It
but
is.
the majority is Grand Theft Auto.
It is. And that's just not only a waste of their time. They wasted their time putting their channel out there. They wasted their time putting their energy out there. But then it also wastes the time of the viewers because you got to search through all of this other stuff to get to good content. You know, and there's such good content out there, and there's such good stuff to look at. He looks at good content all day long and scrolls through stuff. So I know that there's stuff out there to look at. So that's what I'm happy that you're here to do this for us.
Me too. I think I was meant to be here.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
not scared to woo-woo-y, witchy
Yeah,
say that.
yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah,
I quit my job last Thursday just
Right.
on a feeling.
right,
I just went home and I
Right.
started planning all of this.
cool.
And it's exciting so far. I don't regret it.
Right.
Especially now meeting
All
you.
right.
I promise you
All
that.
right, cool.
Um,
No, not everybody hears or sees. We don't just have our story right here on our T-shirts. You know, everybody has a story, and it's important to sit down and ask with people. See what your story is.
do what I'm doing.
Do what I'm doing.
Talk to people.
Walk a mile. Ooh, I have a song, Walk a Mile. Ooh.
Not everybody has, I guess, the confidence to come out and just approach people and talk to them because of fear and what they think is. Maybe in some cases it is okay to be careful. Not everybody should go out because you might approach the wrong person in the
Right.
wrong way.
Right.
But maybe that's what I just got to keep doing, is just get out here and do it
Right.
so people can see. And
Well, and I'm impressed because he sent me a message and said somebody's here to interview you from a YouTube channel. I was like, wait, what? I've been waiting. This is what I've been praying for.
I think we all want to be heard. It's like the world of podcasts that
Yeah.
people start listening to it and they're like,
Yeah.
I want to say something, my
You're
story.
you're
I
absolutely
think
right.
we're all walking around thinking,
I have a story too, and there's something that needs to be said that I have in my heart, and I feel really strongly about what lives in my head. When I sit down to write a song, I feel really strongly about what comes out of my heart. The words mean something to me. It's never just sometimes it's a fun song just to have fun, just to write it, but most of the time it's something really, really meaningful that comes from my heart, and it's because that's how I communicate. I'm non-confrontational. So if we have an issue, I'm either gonna not communicate with you at all, or I might just have to sit down and write you a song. And I sit down and wrote my sister a song yesterday. We haven't spoken since I was homeless. My sister and I haven't spoken, and I'm tired of it. I only have one sister.
you miss her?
I do. So I wrote her a song.
You have it?
I do. Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah,
throw one.
I couldn't sing it for you because I just wrote it yesterday, but yeah, I could play it for you.
Yeah, let's hear
Yeah,
until you
yeah,
feel like I've heard enough.
sure, yeah.
What's your sister's name?
Her name's Tina,
Tina.
and the song is called Love You Last.
Love You Last.
Uh-huh.
Growing up, I had brothers running around, and my cousins running all around town. Sometimes mama even had a man at home. All I wanted was a sister of my very own. There were girls that I knew at school. We were friendly, but that's just the golden rule. I didn't have a girlfriend, a sister, or a pal who I could get in trouble with whenever I was out. Sisters are very special. It's all I've ever heard. I just never had a sister to share my deepest wounds.
I love it.
Yeah.
So is Tina your blood sister?
Tina's my half-sister.
Half-sister.
So we
okay.
shared a womb because we shared a mother.
Uh-huh.
But I grew up in an adopted family. They adopted me at birth.
Uh-huh.
So my sister grew up with our mother up until she was 6, and then she was adopted by the grandparents. It's a really intricate, woven family tree story.
Okay.
And Tina and I have 2 separate fathers. So from the neck down, we look exactly the same. From the neck up, she's 5'9", blonde hair, blue-eyed, and I'm not.
Crazy how that works out,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. And growing up, I didn't have anybody genetically that I looked like because I was adopted. And I was adopted into an all-white family. So I was the girl who got tan in the wintertime too. So I didn't have anybody that I looked like. And then when I met my sister, I realized that our hands are the same, our feet are the same, our bodies are the same. And that's when I felt connected to the world. I didn't feel connected to anybody until I had my sister.
You need that. That's very important.
It is, and then I lost that connection. So I lost that connection with my sister. So that's the person that I really miss the most is my sister.
Do you have any idea where she's at? Or
She is in North Carolina right now. Her and her family moved out to the close to the Outer Banks. I sent her the song yesterday, and she did at least listen to it. So
She did. Good.
Yeah.
But things just maybe aren't ready to
we'll see. Yeah,
talk yet. But it sounds like
yeah. I hope so.
you're taking the steps.
I hope so because I put out that olive branch. Put that olive branch out there.
Okay, I see what you see.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
So we'll see. I don't expect any miracles, only because she's stubborn. She's really, it's been 7 years since she's spoken to me and hasn't even tried to reach out to me on Facebook or that kind of thing. But I do know that she's alive. I almost lost her actually 2 months ago. She was in the hospital with congestive heart failure for almost 3 weeks. We almost lost her. So it was just a wake up. It was a wake up that I needed to regain that relationship with my sister.
Does it feel like things are just, given everything going on in the world and what you see in the news, I'll call it just how in the zeitgeist everything is, we're at the end of the world, AI is going to take over. There's something, everything's going to happen at once or whatever.
Right. It's either going to happen all at once or it's going to happen a little bit at a time, but this is the end of the world. Those of us who do believe, we all believe that we're in end times.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. I was going to ask, do you think that could be something that's just trying to be told to us? Are we being tricked into thinking that, or
I don't think so.
That the truth?
I don't think so. I think it is the truth. But just because the end times are coming doesn't mean that they're going to happen tomorrow. The earth and end times have always been coming. Technically, they've always been coming.
Sometimes I think to myself, is just every person's living journey, is kind of is.
No, listen, and I believe that everybody's got their own hell. I believe that sometimes you can be living your own hell. Walking the streets, you can be living your own hell.
Tormented, I think.
Tormented.
That's how I feel.
Absolutely.
When I see somebody and it hurts, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
I remember there was a time where I didn't have to think anything of it, or I just didn't have that sense yet.
Sure.
Or the experiences.
Sure.
But now it hurts because I know this person may be being tormented by something I have no idea how bad it could be.
Right.
But
no, it's true. It's true. Because everybody's got their own demons, and you don't realize how deep those demons really, really go. And unless that person can talk about those demons, which most people can't. Like I said, when I talk about my story, it talks about being raped and molested. Not everybody can talk about that. That's not something everybody can sit down and talk about. But it's taken me experience and practice to not cry during that conversation with people.
And would you say the benefit of the process of you doing that, you've gotten relief, or you've?
Yes, it's therapeutic. It was not even not only therapeutic, but it was recommended by my therapist. Share. Don't keep all that in.
Wear your heart on your sleeve and say, this is me, this is what happened.
There's no reason not to do that. When you keep all that to yourself, when you keep all that inside, you're basically putting on a shield that says, I cannot communicate with you and I will not communicate with you. And for so many years, I was like that. And I was just a stoic face. And I could not communicate with people. But on the inside, I was sick. I was absolutely sick on the inside, and I had nobody to talk to. So I would go to my therapist, and I wasn't telling the truth to my therapist, because you don't when you first start. You don't know who you're trusting. So I wasn't telling the truth to my therapist, so I wasn't getting any relief. But I was still feeling all these demons on the inside, and I'm an alcoholic. So I decided to drink my demons away. So for many, many years, alcohol was my abuse.
It's a very common one.
It's
very effective, and
it is very effective, and it was very cheap, and I had a very good job. And
is it just blinders it puts on? I guess it can just put on blinders and turn on fun mode or something.
Well, alcohol is one of the worst drugs that they've created, because it does create that sense of I am impervious to pain and to anything. I am 6 foot tall and I am bulletproof. And that is what alcohol does. And that's how I felt when I was drinking, is I felt like I was completely impervious to danger, and I would drive and I took my kids in the car and I had been drinking.
It's
And
very
that's not
easy
my
to,
conversation that I like to have with people. That's probably why I don't have my kids. You know, there's a conversation that I have to have with myself every day in my head, why I don't have my kids.
It shuts off the consequences,
It
or
does.
thinking about the consequences of what you're doing
It does.
temporarily.
It does.
But it'll always leave you hanging high and dry,
It does. Yeah.
stuck in the mud.
Yep. Absolutely.
And feeling guilty and shameful for the trick you fell for.
Absolutely. Because it's so easy to get, and it's so just prevalent.
The trick is in every gas station you ever
The
walk
trick
into.
it's at the grocery store.
It's everywhere.
It's at the grocery store. You can buy it with your milk and eggs. So
You can make it.
until you can make it. It's the base of alchemy. Until you can figure out how to get people weaned off of alcohol, or to get alcohol out of the equation, then it's not going to change. And I'm not saying go back to the whole prohibition days, because that's just going to be worse.
Makes it worse. Yeah.
It makes it worse.
Makes
It's
people
like
want it more.
it makes them want it more. It's like making marijuana illegal. It makes people want it more. So until it's made legal and some type of mandate on it, I don't know, change the laws, change the content, change something. I don't know. Change the alcohol content. Do something about it. Do something with alcohol to make it less addictive. I mean, there's so many things out there that are addictive. Cigarettes, I was addicted to cigarettes and alcohol at the same time. You know, I was a walking nightmare. I was a bartender's love. You know, here she comes. She wants a beer and a cigarette. So
Yeah. It's like you don't realize it at the time, but you're just stepping on one stone to
You
the
are.
next.
You are.
I'm on this stone.
You are.
What's a cigarette?
yeah, exactly. Oh,
But
what's another drink?
Well, yeah.
What's another drink? Oh, well, what's a shot? No, it's just a shot.
It is the lack of moderation,
It
because
is.
I think moderation is hard. It can be done.
Moderation can be done,
Whether
but
it should be or not, it might be just too much of a temptation. We're human,
Right.
and we use these things to.
right. And I know
For
that
what
I
we use
can't
it
be
for.
moderated when it comes to alcohol, because I know that it will, what it does to me. I like the feeling of what it does to me, and I want to feel more of that.
Exactly.
I know what being an alcoholic feels like.
Yeah.
And I know that putting one drink in me is dangerous for me. Some of my friends, even, you know, one of my friends that I have in my circle today, I call her very close. She can pick up a drink and just have a drink. I can't.
Exactly. I'm the same way. I had a pretty bad problem with it when I was younger. And I think luckily I just burnt myself out for
Yeah,
a while.
yeah.
But then I picked it up again.
Yeah.
And wasn't just for fun anymore. It
Right.
really was just to like numb things I was
It is.
feeling and doing. And
It is.
yeah.
It is. And this is why all the songs that I write, they feel so cleansing to me, because I get it off my chest.
Yeah. For the record, I don't drink anymore. Not to say I won't try like
Right.
a little. I've tried sips of stuff.
Sure.
But I haven't.
I
been,
have
like,
communion wine every Sunday.
Yeah. Little treat.
Little treat. Little
But
treat.
that's more of a spiritual.
It
like,
is. That's
kinda thing
that's
for
my
you.
moderation.
You go. So what church? You like?
Most of the time, I go to the Lutheran church, because that's where my family is. They rescued me when I was homeless. When I was homeless, that church was where a pastor was. He used to come down to the shelter, and he would take us to church specifically, directly.
Wow.
So my heart is at that church, and those parishioners, they really do love me, and I love them back. But I'm kind of church hopping. I'm looking for some place where I can have younger people. So younger people, a little bit more of a upbeat congregation, that kind of thing. Right now, I'm in a
see.
congregation where everybody's in there, probably.
People a little more energy like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Would you say you're religious or spiritual? I
Spiritual.
guess?
Only because if I say I'm religious, then I have to pick a religion, and I don't want to. Because if I have to pick a religion, then I have to pick a church, and I don't want to do that either.
Too much
That's-
picking teams
Well,
for it to be.
first of all, you were told not to. If you believe what was put in the Bible, Then you were told not to separate yourselves. Then why did you separate yourselves?
Different ideas.
No, and that's fair. You should
Yeah.
have different ideas, but you were still told not to separate yourselves. You should have sat down and actually had conversations and had those ideas worked out instead of separating yourselves. It's easier to label and separate than it is to sit down and have a conversation and to debate.
Exactly. Yeah. And still,
And still be able to live in the same house.
yes, and still love each other.
Yes, yes.
But just understand
Yes.
that you just see it
You're
differently.
never going to see it the same way. You see it differently, but you can still love one another. That's where the love one another came out of the equation. We no longer love one another. I'll sing for you. I'll do Unite the Colors. It's a good song.
What's your dream and your goal for music?
I just want people to hear my story. I don't know that I have a dream for music. I'd like to do this to let people hear the different story songs that I have, because they're not just catchy. They've got meaning behind them, and they're to help people heal.
Okay.
So that's kind of my goal with music, is to get my music out there for healing purposes, and for people to hear stories that they may not hear on the radio.
So is it
Therapeutic music.
songwriting more your thing, or is it all of it together?
It's all of it together. Yeah.
awesome.
I sit down and I come up with an idea, and I'll sit down and write a song and plug it in my head, or wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have to go sit down and write a song.
So I guess the muse just comes whenever.
It does.
Whenever
It does, yeah.
Some
and
people try to channel it.
Yeah,
but-
and my husband has learned to just get out of the way if I have to run to write stuff down, because I'll have to rush before I get the idea out of my head. If he says something, I've lost it.
It's a very natural process in the creative process of doing,
Right.
making things.
Right.
When it comes to you feel
You
like
got to get it now.
because you know you'll forget it.
I'll forget it
and
if I
then
don't do
for
something about it.
Some weird reason somebody else might have that same
know.
idea.
I know.
And it feels like if you sleep on it, somebody else might grab
I know.
it. To me,
I know. That's my problem. If I have a song in my head, I got to get it out now before somebody else hits the radio with it. Because then I feel like, well, wait a minute, I thought that was my idea. Well, I guess it really wasn't my idea. But I kind of feel like my words are so creative and different when it comes to songs that really nobody is putting stuff out there like I am. So my music's going to be different for people. They're either going to like it or they're going to not like it. But I really... I'm sorry, what?
Carry around a notebook and pen.
Oh, carry on a notebook and pen, he says. I have a phone and I record it. Thank you, Kevin. He's saying you carry around a notebook and pen so I can write down my ideas every time I think about one.
Hey,
I know, right? I have a
Work.
phone and I record it. I have a voice recorder app on my phone.
however you do it,
However you got to do it.
it'll work.
But my goal, I guess, I want to stand on the Grammy stage and do all that kind of stuff too. But I don't want to stand up there in some, bubblegum song. I don't want that to be that song. I want to be up there for some song that people are really up there doing this for, because they really believe that the song that I wrote and I sang was something that people should have heard a long time ago. That's my goal in music. And I refuse to put out anything that I would not let my daughter listen to.
It's great.
No cuss words in my song, no bad innuendos, that kind of thing.
That's what I find a lot of songs is they might have a catchy beat or something, but there might be just
There's an innuendo in behind it.
there's a lyric, even just a lyric or a word
Yep.
that is just like that didn't
Eh,
have to
It
make
didn't
me
have
feel
to,
that way.
no, and it didn't have to be in the song. Because as a songwriter, I know that it doesn't have to be in the song. Sure, I can drop a word here and there, and I can do everything that every other artist can do, but I choose not to. Because again, I have a 16-year-old daughter, and she's impressionable, so I don't want that to be something that she listens to. I don't care what she dances to and that type of thing, but I want to make sure that the music that she listens to is something that I think is appropriate. I'm not going to mandate her, she's 16 years old, but I also want to know that what she's got pumping into her ears is at least good words, not something that she's hearing somebody else talking about some affair. There's artists out there who wrote a very popular song about being in an affair. That's terrible. That's terrible for young girls to hear.
Yeah, it doesn't really set
It doesn't put
a good example.
it doesn't set a good example, and I'm sorry that song's out there. But that's and it is what it is. We don't have to listen to it. You don't have to listen to my songs. They don't have to listen to my stuff, and I don't have to listen to theirs.
You're right. It's just the what gets exposed.
What gets exposed,
doesn't.
right? What gets exposed, and who is charting at the time? Who's charting at the time? But my stuff is completely different. It's completely different.
I think you should run with it and just keep it yours and the way you do it.
I want to. I don't want to make any changes only because I can't hear any other melodies in my head.
Cool.
I can't hear their melodies in my head and make them my own.
It's different, but we love it.
It is. They love my stuff. They love my stuff.
too.
Yeah. It's their favorite song.
No, Rick mentioned you were doing open mics and
I was doing open mics last summer, doing a couple of open mics I did down here on Edmond and McCoska. They've got open mics that they did last summer, and I had so much fun. I did a couple of bar just up here called Unplugged. I did a night there. So I did a couple of songs here and there. I just did what I could. Being able to get around with no transportation, it's hard being on the bus. So it's hard to get from place to place. That's why I'm kind of looking for people to team with, a manager, that type of thing. People to team with, and that way we can get back and forth transportation.
Maybe like just an event planner or something.
Something like that. Some person that can help me get from place to place, and my equipment and that kind of thing. That can help me plan where we're going to go. You know, that kind of thing. Pick up the phone and say, this is where we're going to go this day, and I'll be there to pick up your stuff.
Okay, so you have the gear and everything to,
I
like,
do.
if you wanted to set up out here and start
If
something?
I wanted to sit up out here, I'd have to have electric. That's why I brought my acoustic out today.
Okay, so you, like a generator or power bank or something?
Yeah, we have all the speakers and the power bank and all that kind of stuff to set me up wireless.
Like the battery to plug into? Can you do that out here?
No, we don't have the battery. We just have...
Okay, that's what you need.
Yeah,
okay.
we have the battery. We don't have the battery. We have all the speaker and all that kind of stuff. The big thing if I were to just set myself up on a stage, I could set myself up on my own stage if there was electric there.
Okay. Would you let's just brainstorm, just starting out, what if you just set up your stuff, if we can work out a stage, there's kind of an incline up there, I see.
There is.
You could set up there, and if it got out there, we put it out there and broadcasted it, and we set up a time and day and you play?
Sure, I could do that.
Let's try that.
Sure.
I'm gonna, here, lost my
Give
pen.
me some time to come up with some songs that I can do.
Absolutely, yeah, we will coordinate on that. There's my pen. Let's make a little note. These ideas are coming to me so crazy fast, and they're coming with Kyle and Liz and the things I could potentially do for Kyle. I think he would have a really cool YouTube channel of him doing his stuff in the woods and stuff. Just to get his story out and show his skills, really.
Right.
Show his talent. I might know an event planner.
Okay. I hope they work cheap.
Really likes doing this stuff.
I hope they work cheap.
For free.
I hope they work for chocolate.
Probably work for just a good time and experience.
Okay,
you know?
good.
For a friend.
Okay, good. I like that. I do have family here, and they're the most important thing in my life right now. I only have two brothers, and then my sister is a half sister. She and I are still connected on Facebook, so I see that she sees my posts, and she will at least acknowledge my posts have been posted. So she's at least somewhat in my life like that. So I think that there's a good opportunity to repair that bond between me and my sister. But I don't believe that it's my brother and I that can repair that. I have to step back out of that relationship. He and I don't see the same eye to eye when it comes to religious beliefs. He's a very devout, anti-PFLAG everyone, unfortunately. And I am a proud bisexual black woman. So.
I see. Sometimes it's...
It was put a rift in our family, big time, and it won't ever be the same. So he believes I'm going to hell, and I believe that he is too.
Not much resolving that in this time right now.
So we pray for one another.
I think it all gets resolved.
It does
when
in
we're
the
done
end.
Here.
It does, that's right.
And
it does. And I believe that, again, there's a plan. There's a plan for everybody's life. And this whole music thing for me is for me to get my story out there, and for my family, from that perspective, to hear me.
Spread the love you've learned from it through trial.
Yes, because I don't hate anybody after being after being in an upbringing like that. I don't hate anybody, and I should.
I think that's a thing a lot of people feel is when they witness the things they don't want to see, like
Yeah.
people living on the street,
Yeah, or being
I
the
think
witness.
witnessing the less fortunate can cause guilt that can make it scary to approach and do something about
I
it,
get that.
because it's
I get that because I've been there.
the hardest part is like, if you do want to help people, where do you start? How do you be safe about it? What can you do to
Well,
like provide
coming
for
from the
that?
perspective of being the person who needed the help, sit down and speak to the person. That's where you start. How can I help you today? That's where you start. Don't assume that they need food. Don't assume that they want money. Don't assume that they need anything to drink. How can I help you today? Because that's the most important thing. That is a human being behind those eyes. And until they sit down and look that person in the eye, they don't know that they're being seen. I wrote a song that says, I see you.
So offer kindness and acceptance first, and
Yes.
then offer the things
And
that
then, and
they may
exactly,
need.
then what do you need? What do you need? What can I help you with today? You
Whether
know,
it maybe just talking to somebody, or
maybe they just need to
can you
talk to somebody.
give me a ride, something like
Right,
that.
exactly.
Some things
And
are
you can
kind
have
of,
your own boundaries. Everybody can have their own boundaries because everybody doesn't want to be taken advantage of. I didn't want to be taken advantage of when I got out of the streets, and then they knew of me as, hey, Miss Pamma, can I have a ride somewhere? Just because I had a car didn't mean that I could take somebody anywhere.
every little thing
Every
costs
little
you.
thing costs me, exactly.
Yeah.
And you guys still don't have an opportunity. It doesn't have anything to do with you not being able to pay for the gas. It has to do with the fact that I have to go to work, or I have to go here, or I have to go there, and I cannot be your personal chauffeur.
Yeah.
But again, yes, we were homeless together, and it hurt that I couldn't just pick up they could pick up the phone and call me whenever they needed something. But I also had to remember that I was the one who had a deep desire to get out of the streets.
I think there should be somebody, whether it's funded or employed or contracted
Right,
through a city or a state organization,
right.
that is kind of maybe does somewhat what I've experienced now, is pay somebody that maybe that has experience or has worked in a field that is capable of coming out here and talking and doing stuff and figuring out what needs to be done.
Yes, some
And
type of social work or some type of advocacy or some type of. I became a homeless advocate after I was homeless, but before that, honestly, I don't know that I would be able to do that. Was I scared? Probably, because just the mindset of everyone else of ignorance. You don't know what that person has gone through, or you don't know what that person has dealt with, but they look different than you. They act different than you. They're dirty. Ooh, you know? Well, until you've been there, you don't know.
yeah, it's hard to understand and
It
grasp.
is hard to see.
You-
It's hard to see them.
You're like, why would this person do this to themselves when it's
When
more
it's,
than that?
when it is so much more than that. It's so much more than them just reintroducing themselves back into the streets or getting themselves assimilated back into the streets or back out of the streets. They like this life in the streets sometimes. It's safer for them because they don't have to be under lock and key. Liz and her husband specifically, they don't like the
It seems like they didn't want to trade their independence
independence. That's what I was trying to say.
to
You're right. They didn't want to trade their independence for being in more of a military style shelter. And you're right. The shelter is very set up, very military style. And I'm not going to lie, but I have been in shelters for the safety of the residents and for the safety of the people there. It has to be military, and I'm sorry, but unless you can deal with that, then shelters are not your thing. But what do you do for the people who are homeless? You can't just do nothing. You cannot just do nothing. So you're right. There has to be somebody who can enter the streets, who can walk the streets, who can work with individuals who want to work with individuals. There used to be, I don't know if there was ever a homeless advocate. No, that's not true. There was a homeless advocate at one time through, I want to say, Family Guidance. He used to be homeless, and then it sounded like, how rumors get started, that they created a job for him as like a homeless advocate, and he did walk the streets because he knew everybody. So he walked the streets at one time, and I don't know what happened to him, but he did have a job doing exactly that.
That's what I feel from talking to Kyle. There needs to be somebody that can bridge that gap
Yeah,
to help them have their independence and encourage them to
Yeah.
do better and
Yeah.
organize their things.
Yeah,
If the person is willing,
yeah. It's a
and
hard
it's what they
job
want.
downtown, though. It's a dangerous job.
Yeah, the person needs to be approachable and
Yeah.
able to approach, I
Right.
guess. And
It's a hard person to find. It's a hard person to find. Boy, the guy that they did have that was doing it, though, he really was perfect. He was perfect. I can't remember what his name was, but he was perfect. It was, but this was many, many years ago. Many years ago. That's when they had a shelter still.
yeah, let me hit you with something me and Kyle talked about.
Sure.
So he's a woodsy guy. He wants to be a forest ranger and stuff. Just a thought popped in my head is, what if there was an allocated, not like park or anything, but woods, lightly managed, we'll say, like as far as taking care of it. But there was somebody there with like, and maybe something like one of the tiny houses or
Right.
a trailer or something,
Right.
just an official building
Right.
to help them and kind of keep an eye on things, not really to
Oh,
govern,
yeah.
but just to,
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
he thought it was, we agreed it was kind of in the happy medium, like they want their independence and they don't
Right.
mind doing that, but maybe
Right.
somebody there with shelter that if they need it or tents or can go make connections and provide things.
And they need more than just tents. They need that 365-day a year ability to have something that's hard surface over their heads, and those little tiny homes are perfect. And I applaud CAP for putting them in finally. It's been a long process for St. Joe to get those tiny homes in St. Joe. It actually started a long time ago. I was working with and the organization called The Crossing, and I don't know if you have interviewed anyone at The Crossing yet.
Thought about it.
Okay,
Getting
you
there, I
should.
think.
Pastor
Anybody
Roger.
specific? Pastor Roger?
Pastor Roger, he is in charge of The Crossing. He can tell you all about it. He runs the men's shelter down there. He's the person who we started the Good Samaritan store down there. I did personally, was part of starting the Good Samaritan store. I put
Wow.
$1,000 of my own money into it.
Wow.
I did. So the Good Samaritan store is a kind of a give back store to the neighborhood. The Crossing takes in donations from everyone in the surrounding area, and then they sell the stuff, and then it cycles through the Crossing organization and keeps the employees employed, and it keeps the nutrition center running. The nutrition center is ran by the Crossing only, and it goes around to 5 of the largest grocery stores in St. Joe, picks up their waste food, which is what they consider waste food. They can't sell it any longer, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's within 24 hours of its expiration.
See, that's good.
So they'll pick up their waste food and they'll take it down to the nutrition center, and the nutrition center will in turn give that out on Wednesdays and Fridays to people who are in line. They serve well over 500 people on a weekly basis.
That's a question I've kind of been wondering. I asked Kyle on how many homeless people might be in, like unhoused homeless people in St. Joe, and he said maybe 150.
Maybe,
just basically
maybe 200,
what he's
just to see,
seen.
to look around. There's probably almost 200,
I think so. Maybe more that we just.
Yeah, that you don't see.
Yeah.
Well, and I passed, when I was homeless, I passed as not homeless because I was constantly clean.
Okay, so that's a stipulation to be homeless is on some sort of drug.
Well, I mean, if you don't look clean, if you look clean, no, I'm not talking clean on a drug. I'm talking like I actually looked like I was clean.
Oh, okay.
I looked tidy.
Yeah, you hit that earlier. So
Yeah.
really, so it's based off of optics and not reality.
Absolutely. It's a stigma. It's a perception.
So they would accept somebody that is maybe not so ready and is coming from maybe we'll call it a deeper level of just a deeper level than you.
Yeah.
But just because he looks worse off, he's
worse off.
He gets the opportunity before you.
Probably.
When
Sometimes,
potentially you have.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, yes.
Really?
Or just the opposite. I look put together so I can present myself to an organization.
So some organizations will take you over the dirty person, but
Yeah.
some will take the dirtier person over you.
And that's what we saw. And that's what we saw being homeless.
Wow.
Unfortunately.
So there's some sort of
I don't know whether it would be some sort of
discrimination
when it comes to homeless discrimination. I mean,
Pick and
we
choose is
saw,
kind
we
of the
kind of,
weird
yeah.
thing.
I mean, you kind of see it at the hospital level too.
With-
Being homeless and going to the hospital is like going to a war zone. You know, you are seen eventually. You are seen, but it doesn't feel like it's the best care. You are seen, and they are doing their best. But
So-
sometimes it doesn't seem like the best care. You are just left alone. You don't. There's no transportation home from the hospital.
So when you go to the hospital, do you feel like you're picked out
Being
because
homeless
you
you're
don't
homeless.
have insurance or whatever? Like, or
Yeah.
do they just ask you, "Are you homeless?" Or is that part of the questions, and then things change for you?
You have to put all of your address and stuff on there, and if you don't have an address, then you're homeless.
Then so you feel like
Yeah.
as soon as you write that and they see it,
Yeah.
treatment towards you is different. Is that the worker's fault or is that the system's fault?
It's probably the system's fault, and I don't put anything on the worker because they're just doing what they're supposed to be doing. But the system is just so much more money driven
It's the
when
sad
it
part.
comes to the sad part. And that's just the insurance part of it. They can't get away from that. They can't get around that.
You're
So
right.
anybody who shows up at the hospital or shows up at a doctor's uninsured is just going to be treated, unfortunately, worse. That's just the system again, though. But I don't treat that. I don't even blame the people because they're trying to be the best caregivers that they possibly can be. And I've gotten great care at both hospitals here in the area, both Cameron and at St. Joe.
It seems like maybe their attitude towards something like that, maybe only because the system makes it seems like
the system teaches them to be like that. They have to work the system or they don't work.
They have to kind of do.
They kind of have to do what the system asks them to do, or they don't work.
To do like the dirty deed in the face of what the system wants, and
sounds about right.
Whether they want to do it or not, or feel it's right or not. But it kind of makes me feel bad for them too, because we could be wrong about really how they feel about it. They may go home every day just like hurt that they witness that, you know.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I don't know how long we've been sitting here, but
well, the sun hasn't set yet, so it's not been that long.
A little cloudy.
Well, it's hazy. It's Canadian wildfire haze.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what that is. Yes, we read that on whatever scroll this morning.
Wow.
Yeah, or whatever news was on this morning.
I try to stay out of the news.
Yeah, we do too.
It's hard though. It's everywhere.
I had the football game on last night, and the news popped up, and I was like, I don't even care what the news says. I don't care. It's always got something bad to say, so I just try to scroll past it or turn it off.
Stick to the tools and music writing stuff. And
exactly.
That's what I've been trying to just like pretend, not really pretend things aren't happening.
I'm not oblivious. I'm not oblivious to what's going on. I swear I know exactly what's going on. Yeah. However, I choose not to let it encompass my life.
Exactly. I've recently started making myself stop looking at the news. Like
Good for you. Turn
this off and focus on this stuff.
Good for you. Turn it off.
It's gonna happen regardless.
Exactly. And that's
the only thing I'm doing is like, oh my God, this happened today. Oh my God, this happened today.
Well, and that's my whole thing about the internet. It is so good. It's so good to have in the palm of your hand, but you don't have to do this all day.
It hurts us, I think, if we
just put
it's
it
like
down
alcohol,
for
you know?
It does. In moderation. It's all things good in moderation. Just put it down for a while.
Yeah.
You know, go outside and walk in the fresh air. Go read a book or go do something else besides have that phone in your hand.
Yeah.
Go hug a tree, my husband says.
Hug a tree. Is there anything else you want to hit on? We've got all the time in the world, but I just kind of want to let you go and...
No, I don't think so.
Feel everything out?
Yeah, I think I got everything out.
Good. We'll do this again, I bet.
Okay, cool.
I'd like to. I'm just looking to hear. Looking to listen.
Cool. I like it.
Thank you so much, Pamma.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Do you want to sing another song?
Yeah, I got one. I got one. Yep, I got one.
All right.
Yep.
I'm down for it. What's it called?
It's called True Love.
True Love. Is this for Rick?
Yes.
Rick, this is for you. Shout out to Rick.
Time is coming, time has gone. I loved you then, I love you always when you're not here. I'm all alone and I cry for you. Your love means more to me than life itself. You say you're mine. I know in time I'll love you more. Baby, oh baby, you love can open every door. Baby, oh baby, I'll be forever yours. You traveled round through hills and towns just trying to rescue me. I know what I did. I ducked down and hid, babe. I was so dirty. Baby, oh baby, you hold the key to unlock my doors, baby. Oh, baby, I'll be forever yours. Followed me throughout the years. I know it wasn't me. You followed me, I don't know where you did. I was so dirty, I love you, baby. Baby, oh, baby, you hold the key to unlock my doors. Baby, oh, baby, I'll be forever yours. Baby, oh baby, you hold the key to unlock my doors. Baby, oh baby, I'll be forever yours. I got a little lost in there in the middle. Forgot that song. That's been a long time ago. I wrote that when I was 18 about a boy that I didn't know. And when I met the boy, I wrote the song, and then I realized it was him.
Wow.
Like I
Lucky
said-
guy, Rick.
Like I said, I got a little lost in the middle, but it's been a long time since I wrote that song.
I was watching him. He was loving it. He was singing it.
He hears everything. He hears everything that I do. So,
Well,
thank you.
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I want you to just look in the camera and your message that we talked about.
I want everyone to love one another. It's so easy. It truly is. True love is available for everybody, but to love yourself is the epitome of true love. And when you can love yourself, that's when you can find someone else to love. So love one another. Love yourself first, though.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pamma. Can't wait to do this again.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Where's Ray live?
Hmm?
You know where Pamma Ray lives?
Mm-mm.
No, Mom.
That was really cool, and I'm very thankful I came here today and got to meet you.
Thanks.
Thank
I
you, Rick,
appreciate
for
it.
No problem.
doing
Thanks
this.
for keeping him hostage for me, husband.
He had
Well,
he had the insight. I think
He was just hanging out with us.
Right? I'm glad you decided to come to the park today. This is our hangout. This is where we are every day.
Back. You guys are a good hang. I'll be back for sure.
We appreciate it. And I'll do Unite the Colors just because it's, I wrote it kind of an anthem song. It's Unite the Colors for under one flag, under every flag, whether it's the P flag or whether it's our United States flag, we should unite the colors. Underneath the P flag is I'm a bisexual woman, so I am protected underneath the flag that protects my rights as a bisexual woman underneath every right that every American should have. So whether it's that flag or the red, white, and blue, I think that we all should be protected under one color sister, one brother, who should love one another. We say, unite the colors. Show us how to love. Unite the colors. Lord, you're the only one. Unite us in your love. Unite us with the blood. Unite us in one place. Lord, save us with your grace. Lord, teach us how to love and bring a lesson from above. I say to you, unite the colors. Please love your fellow brothers. To all of those who suffer, please love one another. We don't know your struggle, so please love one another. We don't know that you suffer, so please love one another. Unite us in the love. Unite us with the blood. Unite us in one place. Lord, save us with your grace. Lord, teach us how to love and bring a lesson from above. I say to you, unite the colors all around this world. One sister, one brother, who should love one another. We say, unite the colors. Show us how to love. Unite the colors. Lord, you're the only one. I say to you, unite the colors. Because I'm half white, I'm half black. Please, God, unite the colors. 'Cause I'm always under attack. Unite the colors. We put this in your hands. Lord, please unite the colors. Pay attention and follow the plan. I say to you, unite the colors. It's always been the Lord's plan to unite the colors. Pay attention and follow the plan. Amen.